I mean, how closely did you two work to in a way, capture the film?
Very close.
How close? We want to know. Don't tease us with words like that, right? We want to know. I mean, really, I mean, did you, for instance, there's an almost, at point, I don't know if you felt that way, but there's almost like a New York Nouvelle Vague feel. I mean, the fact that it's black and white, and I was wondering if there were some French films or actors, or maybe other films, cult films maybe, that inspired you and that you discussed before shooting or as you were shooting.
Well, was it? I don't know. I mean,
Die Hard 3 was one of the
Naturally, a reference for sure.
Yeah, what was it? There wasn't really any references. I mean, we kind of. It's kind of, yeah. I mean, we were talking about for a while, like a good.
Rob was sending lots. He was really implicated. You were sending a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
What types?
Sorry.
What types of pictures?
No. Just like references, but really interesting references that led the film to where it is now, and. Yes, I couldn't name. I'm very bad with names of like people in general. So I couldn't have like precise reference.
I mean, isn't there like at one point I was thinking really, and I don't know if you did, but watching your character in the film about maybe sort of a breathless vibe, a Belmondo type of character. Is that correct? Is that what you were maybe trying at points to capture?
I mean, that was definitely one of the first things that everyone at Dior was saying. That I mean, I think that the initial idea was something like that, but and I kind of like the idea of, I mean, just Belmondo's character in that. What is his name again? I can't remember. But no, I can't remember. But like just the idea of it, someone can be kind of a very charismatic character, and you kind of are watching a movie thinking, wow, this guy's really cool, and I kind of want to emulate him and stuff. But really, at the beginning of the movie, he's killed a police officer, like, and you kind of forget, and that's really where all the energy is coming from. And I think that was one of the main things that kind of attracted me to it, to get that kind of dichotomy of emotion. I remember talking to you about the first idea we had was to get to like a relationship which is almost self-destructive, like where you kind of. And that was our first idea, like to kind of say, two people who can get, they're like, I was saying there's like two magnets, which are kind of repelling each other, but somehow for a little brief second they've managed to touch each other. So it's something that shouldn't have happened. I mean, and that was kind of what our first idea for the relationship was.
Well, Romain was telling just a few seconds earlier that he was talking about a new form, in a way, of male icon. That's the word you use. And Robert, how in a way did you imagine that young man wearing the Dior fragrance? What about, in your mind, his personality, his dreams, his take on life? In a few words, how would you sort of tell us about this male icon that you were, this new form of male icon that you were trying to show us for this film?
Wow.
He used that word, not me.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of. I think we were trying to get something that was kind of wild. There was something. You gotta help. You brought this up. You gotta help me out a little bit.
The whole film, as you said earlier, is about really seduction, from subtle to raw, I would say. I mean, before filming started, I mean, did you discuss together what each of you found seductive in men or women?
Many, many times.
We want to know those conversations.
No, I mean, no, it was quite loose about everything. I mean, and it kind of. It was just all about the atmosphere on set. I mean, it's odd doing so. I mean, I met Camille the day before we started shooting or something, and so it was kind of, it's odd to just go straight into that. And it was an absolute credit to her that she's genuinely free spirited and kind of, she's like a very easy person to be around. It made it a lot easier for me because I was still kind of being kind of really reticent at the beginning. But it was about the kind of whole atmosphere of the set. Just if people were having fun, then hopefully that was what got recorded afterwards.
Do you feel that in a way, watching your film, and you talked earlier about women and men, the relationship nowadays, do you feel that the masculine, feminine codes have drastically changed really in the last few years, and that the new generation of young men is totally different from what it used to be even 10 years ago?
What are they now?
I was wondering. So tell us, what do you think? Do you think that the masculine and feminine codes have changed? Well, you're not wearing a skirt yet, so they haven't swapped totally. Would you say that today masculine, the word itself, or feminine, the word itself, have different meanings, have shifted meanings?
I think they've kind of always, it's quite a liquid, people are just people. And so it kind of, I think they've always been changing all the time, and it's something that should be changed. It should be organic, if that makes sense. God, I don't know. Am I even saying anything right now?
I can't answer that question.
I could sit here and just keep speaking.
Okay, then